What is going on, everybody? Now, this year in the first round, the Jazz and the Denver Nuggets probably the best first round series of any team in the bubble. Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell both went back at each other 50-point games, back to back to back. Had probably the best head-to-head matchup in the first round history. Since both of these players had great first rounds, I feel like I should compare both and see who is actually the better player. This is what I'll be doing in this video. Now this is the criteria I'll be using. I'll be comparing their shooting, defense, driving value, head-to-head matchup accolades, rebounding, and playmaking compared to each other. Now first shooting, Jamal Murray at 8 out of 10 and Donovan Mitchell 7.5 out of 10. Jamal Murray shot a 63% from three-pointers through Game 4 and Game 6, and 57% in the whole series in total. Donovan Mitchell shot 51% from 3 and 52% from the whole field. That's why Jamal Murray has the edge. Even though it's only by 0.5, both numbers are both insane numbers. So, and this is also counting the regular season and the 8 games in the bubble too. So Jamal Murray edges him out by 0.5. In the shooting category. Now moving on to the next category. Moving on to defense, Donovan Mitchell wins this by 1.5. Donovan Mitchell in the regular season averaged 1.3 steals and 0.3 blocks per game. Jamal Murray averaged 0.9 steals per game and 0.3 blocks per game. Donovan Mitchell is not that better of a defender, but it's a big margin compared to these two players. Now moving on to the next category. Moving on to the finishing category, I'm also adding free throw percentages and free throws taken, because that's also accounting as driving, because how many times you go to the line and get fouled. I gave Donovan Mitchell the edge by 1 point, and that's because he takes more free throws and way more 2-point shots. Murray only takes 9 2-point shots a game, which I'm guessing that's about 6 of them are at the rim, and he only makes 5, so I'm guessing he makes 3 out of 5 at the rim. And on free throws, he only takes
here's Mitchell, a chance to
3 to 4 a game, and Donovan Mitchell takes 5 a game.
Who got the start here today.
And Donovan Mitchell has a better field percentage, so
splits it
I'm
high
free throw.
Terrific.
That's why Donovan Mitchell's a better driver in that category. Now going to the next category. I'm moving on to value. Donovan Mitchell's more value to his team than Jamal Murray, because Jamal Murray gets taken off the Nuggets right now. They're still going to be a 10th seed, 9th seed, because they have Nikola Jokic, who's the best player on the team. But Donovan Mitchell is the best player on the team and the only scorer that can score for himself. So if Donovan Mitchell's taken off that Jazz team, they're going to be 11th, 12th seed, because they have no one else to score for them on that team. Rudy Gobert, he's not a scorer, only alley-oops. That's all from Donovan Mitchell. Now that's why I have Donovan Mitchell value to his team at 9, and I have Jamal Murray's team to 7. Donovan Mitchell went to another category. Now going on to the next one. Going head-to-head matchup, I was going to give both of these guys 10 out of 10, because in the playoffs they went 7 games, went to the final shot, and both players, well, Donovan Mitchell averaged 38 a game and Jamal Murray averaged 47 a game. That was probably the best series of these playoffs and best series seen in a while. But Jamal Murray has the edge because he won the series and he also averaged. So Jamal Murray wins this round in head-to-head matchup 10-9. Now moving on to the next category. Moving on to accolades. This one was actually pretty close. I'm moving on to a category that don't matter at all to me, since players are so young. They've been in the league for 3 to 4 seasons. But Donovan Mitchell gets the edge by 2 because he's been an all-star first. He also averaged more points than Jamal Murray his rookie year, sophomore, and this season right now. But Jamal Murray, the stat doesn't really matter that much. Jamal Murray only has over Donovan Mitchell is he went to the second round more times, and that's because his team was better. But Donovan Mitchell gets 6, Jamal Murray gets 4. That's the reason why this is so low with the points. I'm moving on to the next category. It's rebounding. I'm moving on rebounding. Donovan Mitchell has the edge by 1 point. He averaged 4.4 boards a game compared to Jamal Murray's 4 boards a game. Even though this stat isn't a big deal for them, since they're only point guards, they don't get not even down there game boards, because that's a center's job and stuff. But still, I'm going to be ranking them. So Donovan Mitchell won this category with 5 points. Jamal Murray lost this category with 4 points. Now let's get on to the next category. Moving on to the next category, we have playmaking. On to the last category, we have playmaking. Don Mitchell averaged 4.3 assists and Jamal Murray averaged 4.8 assists. Jamal Murray wins this category by 1 point, 5-4. Now let's get on to the score tie, where we count up all these scores you've seen, all the points seen, and see who's the real better player. All the scores tallied up, this is who the real better player is. Now the score tallied up, Don Mitchell has won 55.5 to 49.5. It was pretty close. You know, it took a lot of work doing this. So make sure to like and subscribe and comment if you think I was biased towards Don Mitchell even though I wasn't, or if you think Jamal Murray's better. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment video ideas that I should do in the future. Peace.